Export controls is indeed complex. Wouldn't it be fantastic if an AI could assist you with it and wouldn't shy away from the really tough questions? Well, today we will take a look at the Export Controls AI Assistant from AEB, which is now available in beta. My name is Ulrike. As an attorney, I've been handling export controls and sanctions law topics at AEB for over 15 years. I've been fascinated by the topic of AI and its connection to my field for about 3 years now. Accordingly, some parts of this video are created using AI. Nice.
Why is there even a need for a dedicated AI assistant?
Anyone who has ever entered their specialist questions about export controls into one of the AI chatbots will know. The answers are often very extensive, not very specific to the individual case, and above all, and this is the danger, the errors often lie in the details due to inaccuracies or outdated information. For professionals in daily life, an absolute no-go.
What's the issue with the common models?
Export controls reflects geopolitical changes. Accordingly, the legal situation is constantly changing. The large models are often based on outdated or possibly even contradictory information, which then find their way into the responses. Certainly, this doesn't really help anyone at all.
Okay, and what is the solution?
At AEB, we've been working diligently for several years on how to effectively train the models so that the responses become more reliable. And it really works. Without delving too deeply into technicalities, you make sure to provide the models with verified information, such as my own expertise, for instance. This significantly boosts the accuracy of chatbot responses. To be more specific, it's so highly effective that we've introduced an AI assistant in a beta version. Here's Felix, our Galactic Trade Compliance Guide. This AI assistant is expertly crafted to simplify and streamline export controls tasks. At the moment, we're still in the beta version and we'll be taking an in-depth look at it together now.
What abilities does this Felix have?
The process of classifying goods gives many companies significant headaches. Our video about the classification of goods ended up being quite a big hit. But how can I actually get real support for this in my everyday life? That's exactly what Felix can help with. Currently, in 3 very specific questions, do I actually need to classify my goods? Because most goods don't need to be classified at all. How do I classify my dual-use or military goods? Here, Felix helps appropriately in accordance with the product. And as a bonus, how do I evaluate an existing ECCN or other export control number? This concerns classifications that can be found on the delivery documents or on the manufacturer's websites.
What does that look like in real practice?
Let's imagine I have a certain product and I'm uncertain whether I actually need to classify it at all. So I consult with Felix. I navigate over to Solid, which is AEB's web platform used, among other purposes, for accessing Felix's services. Open up Felix, enter the product such as a GoPro, answer any follow-up questions, and receive a detailed assessment. Afterward, download a protocol for documentation and you're all set.
And how does the classification work?
Open another Felix window, type in the product such as a pump. Provide answers to the questions. Receive suggestions for export control list numbers. Manually check the numbers yourself. This step is something an AI won't be able to take over. Download a protocol for your documentation. All done. It can indeed be that straightforward.
Will Felix even replace the subject matter experts?
This question is certainly on the minds of many people, myself included. I believe that individual trade compliance chatbots such as Felix will significantly simplify the daily routine for all those involved in export controls and greatly elevate the overall level once they are fully developed. However, we are very close to achieving that.
What benefits does an AI-based assistant offer anyway?
The advantages are obvious. For one, it relieves the workload of subject matter experts in the company. Many questions can be initially addressed by AI. Furthermore, internationalization truly becomes a breeze. Whether the questions and answers are in German, English or Spanish, the AI doesn't care. You can also quite easily fulfill the documentation obligation by, for example, having the chatbot produce comprehensive documents of the results. In the future, I truly believe we will be able to interact with these kinds of solutions just as we would with real expert professionals.
I would really appreciate that, Ulrike.
Nevertheless, Felix is merely a tool. The legally relevant decision, together with prior review, must always be made by a human being. A replacement? Even with such solutions, I do not foresee that happening. However, AI will greatly enhance the results in the trade compliance field.
How can I finally try out Felix myself?
Try Felix now on Solid and help us make it even better. You can find the link in the video description. And for feedback and questions, write to me directly here in the comments or on LinkedIn. That's all for today. See you soon.